What's up, guys? YCS Liverpool 2016 post-mortem report here. It's Monday morning. We just woke up, and Josh is feeling pretty down because he went X2 and lost on the very, very last round.
X3, so
Yeah, well,
Harold.
thanks, Josh.
thanks Christian, thanks Harold.
Yep.
Shout outs to Stick and Chair.
So that was pretty anticlimactic.
Yeah.
But what deck did you play?
Lightsworn.
Why'd you play it?
Minerva. I think it's the best deck. I didn't want to play ABC because I didn't feel like it gave me an edge in mirror matches. Like that was big enough. Because I don't think you can enter an event where the mirror match is like super dice roll based and stuff like that. Because if the mirror match is basically decided by like dice rolls and stuff, I mean it's basically 50-50 and you can't win an event just based on like coin flips all the time. I mean it's not totally a coin flip because of course you can reach some sort of like edge with percentages if you just play a perfect build and just play perfectly and stuff. I just didn't think it would be significant enough.
Yeah.
ABCs because the deck's too linear. I think I didn't feel like there was any way to improve my mirror match to the point that I could confidently go through an event with like 30% ABCs, which it turned out to be. So I decided for Minerva. I do have one Minerva from Euros, otherwise I wouldn't have access to it probably. But yeah, I like the deck a lot. It was really good. Unfortunate loss to Harold and Christian last round. It's okay. I can't do anything about that, but alright.
Let's hear this then.
So, 3 of the best card in the deck. Fairytale Snow. Super, super good card. I don't think I have to explain it anymore. We've probably seen enough of it by now. I played 8 Lightsworns on 40 cards, and I just decided to just play the best ones, which is 3 Raiden, 3 Wolves, and 2 Lilas. I didn't see any point in running any other Lightsworns just because these are the ones that like this is the best one to mill with anything. This is the best normal summon, and this is the best normal summon going second, because it forces like strikes and fog blades before EXEs, and that's like, I think that's perfect. I don't see any reason to play cards like Aaron or Geralt, because the amount of times where you're actually gonna search them with the charge where you want them is like so little that.
Did you try Lumina or the other one, Fellas, at all?
I tried Fellas, but Fellas is just like super bricky simply because like Wolf is just good because you can also hit it with charge and solar recharge, but Fellas is literally only Raiden and
Like
Minerva.
end phase effects in Minerva, yeah.
Yeah, but end phase effects don't happen
Exactly.
that often. So like, yeah, I know. I don't think you yeah. Lumina's okay to discard stuff like this if you have it in your hand. Like I was forced to make Tsukuyomi a couple of times just to get this into graveyard safely, which is not a bad play, but it's yeah. Lumina is okay, I think. I played 3 Thrasher, simply the best starter card because it does make Tsukuyomi as well. It does force out Kirin. I played against Magic Spectre, and it's like he opened Kirin and like triple traps, and I just like beat him because I just like Twin Twist the Thrasher, force the Kirin, and just go off in main phase 2, take away everything. It's fine. One Goblinberg just because it's another starter card, and just so I can have the choice when I have Rhoda to add the Goblinberg instead. Also, I'm playing Bulb, so I have access to Nat Beast that way. 2 Trick Clowns. Not 3 because simply as soon as you have 1 in play, there's
Don't
no
need it
need for
afterwards.
any second one in hand or mill. Yeah, 2 is fine. 1 Hat Tricker. It's not a starter card per se because it requires you to have something else already, because you need to put 2 on the board when you're going first. So it's kind of like an extender of your plays, but it also like because Tricklon can bring this back as if you mill the 1 at any point, you have the choice of bringing back an Earth with Tricklon for Beast, and also when you bring this back with Tricklon, you take no damage, so that's also a cool option. So the 1 is like fine when you mill it eventually at some point, you have the option of doing that. I played 1000 Blades. It was really, really good. Whenever you get to one of these 2 in the graveyard and you have like Foolish, or you hit the other one with Minerva or any other mill, is really good. And milling it by itself is also decent because if the opponent like runs over anything, you just bring it back for less damage, or maybe on the last damage you take in the battle phase, you just bring it back for another level 4. It's good. And the Bulb, it's not 100% necessary. I kind of added it like last minute just for having access to Trishula and Nappies. It turned out alright. I just, it's not searchable or anything, so if you mill it, you mill it. If you don't, then you're not gonna see it. So yeah, I main deck 2 Maxis. I just thought you needed this format, because going second is not super broken against ABC, but it gives you that extra 2 or 3 cards to be able to deal with the Buster board that they can make. And then any other matchups is pretty good. Like BA, I played a mirror match. All these matchups is like super strong. So yeah, I thought that was necessary, this format. That's it for the monsters. I didn't play zombies. I had a zombie build which was like with sheer noise and everything, and it was really good, but I couldn't fit Twin Twisters and Maxis in it, and I felt like that was a little bit more important this format, because the zombie build is really strong going first, because it like consistently makes 2 to 3 omegas, where this deck does like 1 or 2 at maximum, or sometimes you don't even do omega just because other moves turn out to be better, the XYZ. But the zombie build is also significantly worse going second, because it has like a bunch more normal summons, and if you don't have Brilliant, or if you can't resolve Brilliant because they have Buster or Twin Twister, the deck just struggles a lot more. So that's why I wanted Twin Twisters and Maxis instead. Then yeah, 3 Desires is insane in this deck, especially because you have Omega, where you can just return stuff like Fairy Tale. You're not lucky enough to mill a Fairy Tale, you probably hit it with Pot, because you play 3 and you banish 10, so like you just return it with Omega and then you have it. So it's pretty good. 3 instants, staple. 3 Twin Twister, like I said, it's kind of like a format requirement, I think, just because ABC is like a trap deck to some extent. So yeah, then you play all the charges: 3 recharge, 2 charge, 1 soul charge. Yeah, you want to see as much as of these in turn 1 as you can, like soul charges, solar recharges and charges, like free pluses most of the time. And then Foolish and Rhoda, and 1 Phantom Night Trap. That's 40, I think. Yeah. So the Phantom Night Trap is just another level 4. When you have no traps in graveyard, you can activate it right away, and it's special summons itself as a level 4. I think there's no reason not to play it, just because it's a rank 4 deck. It plays no traps, so it should be played.
Any major changes you'd make?
Main deck, no, I don't think so. I think about cutting bulk, but that's it. And maybe a Twin Twister, but no, I don't think so. X-Rex 2 Omega, I had to give 1 back already. Yeah, I made 2 a couple of times. It's not that good against ABC, because ABC just works on like 2 card combos, and you have to be like really lucky to hit exactly the field spell to really hurt him. But most of the time, you're just gonna hit like random letter. But it's still one of the best. It's still the best level 8 to make turn 1. So yeah, and it's really good against other decks. 1 Scarlight. This should have been the Crimson Blader. I feel pretty stupid for this not being a Crimson Blader, just because like I was like, oh, how do I break a board after they tag out with their ABC Dragon Buster? I'm like, okay, you Dweller and Scarlight and potentially kill them, but it turns out to be like you need a lot to actually kill them. Whereas you can just Crimson Blade run over anything, and they can't make Buster next turn, so you just don't care. So that should have been a Crimson Blader. Then Trish and Naturia Beast for when you get both. I Naturia Beast once against Blue Eyes and won me the game, so it's alright. Naturia Beast plus Fairy Tail is like really strong, because like they make it. He summoned alternative, and I just booked it, and I was like, okay, that's it. Norden for the instant fusion, and the based white bitch. 1 Tsukuyomi. I never missed the second Minerva thanks to this card. I like very often I summon this first, just because it's better to make this first, because this is kind of likely to draw you cards, so you just ditch your hand before, like with the Trick Clowns and the Fairy Tale. Like Thousand Blades or whatever, set all the good spells, and then draw 2, and then make Minerva and draw stuff, yeah. 1 Amaterasu. This card was super insane. It's so good. I'm so happy that I have like space for it, because I'm not playing like Seraph Knight and stuff. Simply because like, it takes 3 level 4s, but it's technically only 2, because it brings back 1. So like you use 3, bring back a banished 1, and then you have another. So you basically only used up 2. What it does on your turn is a Levier on your turn as a quick effect, and on your opponent's turn it adds back a banished monster to your hand as a quick effect. So I added like Maxi with like I summoned it on my turn, brought back Norden that I banished with Fairy Tale. Norden effect, summoned something else back, rank 4, pass, activated in standby phase, add back a Maxi that I banished with Fairy Tale, and discard the Maxi. And it's like, okay, have fun.
Thanks for coming.
I did the same with Reaper, where I just made Amaterasu, Minerva Reaper, and I was like, okay.
So basically, you don't actually need to like draw like a maxi or something, you can mill it and then banish it.
It's pretty good. And then like you have Amaterasu and Minerva, and when they as soon as they get to 2 monsters, you just activate Fairy Tail, banish one of the 2 XCs as a cost, so you only have 1 monster, just so you can activate the Reaper. So then Castell and Direwolf just because rank 4 removal, 1 Emerald obviously, 1 Valor, 1 Rhapsody just because it's really good against ABC. Whenever you can hit them at a point where like all the letters are banished of 1 letter, like 1A is banished, 1B is banished, then they have like 1B on the board, 1B in the grave, you just run over the B and banish them, it's okay. And 1 F0 because it's super insane with Fairy Tail, because you take a monster, banish it. It's also just, I did that with 2 letters like a lot, like just attack a letter, take it and banish it with Fairy Tail, and then it's gone, and then Rhapsody another letter, it's so cool. So yeah, section like I said, this should have been a Crimson Blade, the rest is decent.
Did you try something like Giant Hand or something at all? Is it needed?
I tried it, I mean I kind of tried it, I just play, when I test, I just play with everything. I just act like I have everything, and then I see what I actually need, and I never need a Giant Hand, so yeah.
Okay, let's see your side.
3 Reapers, 1 Dante and 1 Buster for Reaper. I don't think there's any need for Spirit, just because the card's not very good against Blue Eyes. Like I wouldn't want to side in a Spirit against Blue Eyes and draw, like it's not strong. I played 2 Gamma Seals, not 3 because I don't like it much against ABC, because everyone tags out anyways. It's really good against Blue Eyes, but Blue Eyes is not a very hot matchup because Blue Eyes is not a very good deck. 3 System Downs. I think it's the best card going second against ABC in this deck strictly. Like in the mirror match, this is if you play ABC mirror match, this is a little better, simply because if you Reaper them, it means they can't Reaper you. But in other decks that don't have to fear the Reaper in the mirror, this is like one of the best cards. I played 2 Swords of Concealing Lights because I think it's the best one against Metal Foes, because it turns off Kirin and Jaugen and also Vanity's Fiends in other matchups. And I think it's better than Book of Eclipse in this deck because they side out Twin Twisters anyways against Minerva, or they should be siding out Twin Twisters. And this means that even if you have like a kind of bricky hand, or they have back row and you can't get over them, the monsters, that they don't get flipped up and draw a bunch of cards. This basically can also stall for 2 turns, because they can't flip them up for 2 turns, so you just like turn down the Kirin, the Jaugen and stuff like that, and you have time to play through back row and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I didn't end up playing any Metal Foes, but yeah, I think the card's alright. And then I played 3 Fragrance for going first against like mainly Pendulum. I did side it in against stuff like Blue Eyes and ABC when going first, but I never actually saw it in like a really good situation where I was able to play, make a decent board, and then have Fragrance behind it. Like that never happened. But I mean, it's alright because technically it's a really good card to draw off of a first turn Tsukuyomi or Minerva. I guess I just wasn't lucky enough to do that, but it's okay.
So that's the whole deck. Any particular matchups or something that you thought you'd share?
I mean, I played 4 ABCs. I lost 1 because I decked out against Emptiness. Like I cherried him, so he couldn't do much. So he just made Rafflesia and passed. And then I attempted to make a play. He Emptinessed me, and then I looked at my banished pile from Pot of Desires, and there was all my Twin Twisters and all my Lilas. So I just decked out against the Emptiness. That's it. Like, yeah. After activating Pot and know what's in the deck, I decked out the Emptiness. The other ABC match was kind of normal. He played Sanctum and just raped me, and then yeah, the Herald guy. And then yeah, what else did I play? I played like Magic Spectre, Mirror Match, Metal Foe Yang Zing. No, it's nothing too special, I think.
Alright, unlucky. But
right.
Going forward for Bochum, do you think you'll play this deck?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked at too much from the new set. I think like Totally Awesome is pretty good. Might have to do something with that, but like yeah, at the moment, if the format stays the way it is, I think I would play Minerva again. Yeah.
Alright, thanks guys for watching. Enjoy the profile, and we'll see you next time.